Bra straps are everywhere.
I'll let you take lead.
Yeah, you will. Hey guys, my name is Natalie and welcome to Up Your Vlog. Now today I thought I'd introduce my good friend Maria. Have you been in a vlog before? You have?
I have.
The Cotton Ball Challenge.
I wasn't in that.
Oh, Hannah was... No, but you did make a little appearance at the end.
Yeah, a little appearance.
What else have you been in then? What?
I was in the one for your birthday.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So we thought today that we would do a 50 Shades of Grey review. So basically we watched 50 Shades of Grey the other day and it was the first time that I watched it and it was the second time that you watched it.
Oh, yeah.
So we're just going to talk about the movie itself and, you know, what we thought of it and whether we would change anything. So this always happens.
Who is it?
Just turn it on vibrate.
How very apt for this video.
Vibrate. Yeah! Oh man. Okay, so let's talk about the book first. Have you read all the books?
I have read all the books, yeah.
Yeah? What do you think of them?
I went through them pretty quickly, to be honest.
Yeah, I bet you did. I think we all went through the books very quickly. Because the first book was very much sex, but then I feel like the second and third book developed their relationship a little bit more.
I preferred the second book.
Yeah.
Out of all of them.
Yeah, yeah.
Because it was more like, oh, Jamie Christian, you know, and him protecting her, and oh, I just loved
I
it.
think the writing's pretty crap.
Oh yeah, no, I reread it and it was like, I was reading it and I thought, oh my god, like
this is definitely obviously not a qualified, like, talented writer, but the kind of purpose of it is there. You know, it is
she
kind of
developed the characters really well.
Yeah.
And that was like good. It helped the story along.
Yeah.
But you know, the actual writing, I would have redone it a lot.
Yeah, definitely. Because but did she refer to like Lady Garden and stuff like that? And no one says that. Who says that in life?
And what about that, like, oh, it's like something like fire. The fire is strong within this one or something.
Yeah, they're making like sex sound like a pretty amazing thing. Like she makes it sound like as if it's out of this world.
Maybe we should have sex with Christian Grey.
Maybe. He must have a ginormous manhood.
Yep.
So on to the film. What did you think of the film? Starting with the characters and the choice of
I thought it was very good. I thought Christian Grey was good, so good job, Jamie Dornan.
Oh, he's just gorgeous.
But I do think I pictured him differently in my head.
Really?
I did.
Because Jamie Dornan for me was the epitome of what Christian Grey looked like to me in my head, but in terms of his acting, I thought he was much weaker than Dakota Johnson was, and I thought that was going to be the opposite way around, because I thought Dakota Johnson was going to play it really plain Jane. And I think the thing that I found with this story is that after she has lost her virginity, she becomes like more kind of risque and strong and fierce, but I actually liked the way Dakota Johnson played Anastasia.
Yeah, she was alright.
But I just didn't like Jamie Dornan's acting that much.
But I mean, have you seen The Fall with him in?
No, I need to watch that. You keep telling me he's a serial killer.
I watched it and was like, oh, he's this is just Christian Grey all over.
Yeah.
Except Christian Grey doesn't kill people.
Exactly. Yeah. So, what do you think of the way it was set film-wise? Because they did miss stuff out, didn't they?
Oh yeah, I don't know how I feel about that, because watching it the second time I was like, oh, they missed that bit out.
Yeah.
I think the first time I was just excited to see it.
To be honest, there was so many kind of scenes to fit in, and it did feel like a long film anyway. I don't know how long it was.
It's about 2 hours.
Yeah, it did feel like, when I was watching it did feel like a long film, because there's a point in a film where you think, okay, it should be over by now. The average film kind of lasts so long. But I felt like this was kind of going on. And the way they ended it was like the book.
Yeah, it was there.
But it felt a lot like a long time coming. I'd say a couple of things that I expected more of were kind of the initial kind of meetings of Christian Grey and Anastasia, where she falls into the room. I don't know, didn't know what to make of that. That whole scene, Maria said,
differently in my head. Because it says in the book that he catches her as she falls into the room, so I was expecting that.
Yeah, it's kind of a bit.
That whole first scene I think was a bit slow.
Yeah, because he
really
kept.
slow.
You were saying he kept moving around the desk back and forth, and it kind of
didn't
just
need to do that.
it looked a bit false.
Sometimes, like, I don't know about you, but like when I act, it's like, oh, should I move? I feel like I've been standing here for a very, very long time.
Yeah.
It might get a bit boring.
An audience like to see movement, but I feel like that was a bit staged.
But that bit with when she's like got the pencil. Oh, I'm gonna give too much away.
Yeah, if you haven't seen it, I apologise. This is like total spoiler alert. So if you haven't seen it, go watch it before you watch this. But if you have seen it, then obviously
you'll totally get what we mean. So the pencil bit and his hands sort of like grip the thing.
Yes.
Oh my god.
That was good. That
was.
I think with this film, it was done very tastefully, because a lot of people were like, oh, there wasn't enough sex in it. And the thing that you've got to understand with the book is that you create these images in your head, and there's a lot of sex scenes in the book, and obviously you're going to a cinema to watch it, so it's still very mainstream. And I feel as if they done it any more explicitly, it would have turned into a porno, and that would mean that people were going to go into the cinema to basically watch porn. And I think they can only do so much with it without making it too graphic, which I think it was done tastefully. So
I think it was done,
with the whole pen thing, she was biting the pen in her mouth, and then it shot to another bit where he was gripping onto the desk, and it kind of clenched, and it was just little bits like that to start off with were just making me like, oh my god.
It was really good.
Yeah.
And it was nice to see that, you know, there is still chivalry in the world, even if it is fiction. I thought that.
Yeah.
It was really nice. Like when Jose was trying to kiss her and he's like, oh no, she said no.
Yeah, exactly. So the main thing that I feel with this is that there's a lot of people out there, both probably men and women, I want to say more women, but there's probably both men and women, that kind of see the film as a promotion for domestic abuse. And I find this so like annoying. I find this really over the top, because I consider myself a feminist. I don't know about you. And there are connotations with the word feminist that are negative and make it seem as if it's a bad thing, but you know, feminism for me is just make, you know, equality for both men and women. And I feel as if people have just overreacted with this whole domestic abuse thing, because for me it's more this sexual preference. For me it's not about him beating her up for no reason. He's doing this for pleasure, for his pleasure and for her pleasure. Everyone likes a little slap on the butt.
Well, yeah,
that was before the camera came out.
Yeah.
But yeah, what else can we talk about other than that? Are you looking forward to the next 50 Shades of Grey? And when do you think it'll come out?
If it'll come out.
Well, no. I read in the Metro, I think. So I don't know how much you can trust the newspapers, but I read which you can't really, but I read in the newspapers that Jamie Dornan was paid around 80,000 for the first film, which is ridiculous, I know, because you think with any film you get paid above 80,000, you get paid 3 figures at least. But for the next film, reportedly, he's being offered $4.5 million. Now you can see that because it's just made so much money in the box office, so they can afford to, you know, pay him a lot of money. And I think he had doubts to do the second film because he felt uncomfortable with his wife watching these kind of explicit scenes. But I feel like everyone has a price, especially when it comes to like acting. You know, he may have rejected it for just £1 million, but 4.5 million is a lot of money. That'll make him very comfortable for the rest of his life and for his children and for his grandchildren, basically. So yeah, I'm actually really, hopefully, touch wood, if it does come out, I'm really looking forward to the next one, because it will hopefully develop their relationship more. And it is pretty much like the sort of love story for Twilight, but more rated 18.
Yeah, definitely.
But I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's more for the adults, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
But what do you think? 'Cause I've definitely seen a lot of like negative feedback.
Yeah.
But mainly from men.
Really?
Yeah, I've seen a lot of men say, "Oh, this one's rubbish. This one's shit." Like,
the thing is,
why do I see this?
You can only expect so much from it because there's not much plot to it. It is what it is. It is in the cinema. You know, what can you expect? I mean, I'd be interested to hear what other people thought of it. I have read a lot of negative reviews, but I've also read some positive reviews as well. So, I mean, it's kind of 50-50. You either love it or you hate it.
50-50.
And, you know, it's done very well in the box office globally. So, it's obviously doing something right, and it's obviously caused a lot of hype. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to it.
I would see it again.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, but the cinema was hilarious. You just sat there, and then everyone's like sat there and real quiet, and then all of a sudden this like really like intimate scene comes on, and I'm just there going.
It must be so awkward because basically, you know when you watched a sex scene with your parents, like in the room, and you would cringe so much. You'd be like, oh my gosh, my dad is sitting right next to me, and there's a sex scene going. I just want this to be over. When you're in a cinema and it's full of people, you must be like, you're thinking about everyone else watching this sex scene, and you must cringe. You'd be like, oh my gosh, it's so cringy. Because I was watching it with you, and I was going, ah, ah, and I get really like vocal when there's like sex scenes on television. I sort of cringe because obviously I'm not embarrassed, but there's people like watching it with me. I kind of go, oh, I want to kind of break the awkward silence. If I watched it on my own, I probably wouldn't have made those noises. If I did, I'd probably be a little bit weird. But I feel like watching it with other people obviously makes you kind of feel a bit awkward.
You would not survive with Game of Thrones.
See, that's another thing. See, I watch that and I'm like, oh my gosh, when I'm with other people. When I watch it on my own, it's not so bad. So, what can I say?
I don't know, maybe I need to watch it on my own, just
yeah. Yeah, definitely. Okay, so I think we'll end it there just because it'll probably run on forever, and we could probably talk about
Jamie Dornan though.
We could talk about Jamie Dornan for a whole video. That's probably one that we can do next time. But I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up, please subscribe to my channel, and I hope you've enjoyed this presence here of Maria, someone new. We're going to be doing another video next week, which is a kind of, not like a sort of challenge video, but it's a very funny video. I was showing Maria what it was today. I think it'll be quite funny. So hopefully see you again soon, and see you later guys, bye! We did it! Natalie, and welcome to actually I'm just going to take my hair down.
Okay.
Because you're worth it. I was going to say something then. Train of thought. Gone. So on oh my god, we're like two schoolgirls. Is use my brow brush. Next thing I want to do is use my brow brush to just go over my eyebrows. They don't really need doing that much.